So now, greetings again to Canada, to our parkour subscriber. Now here we are at the end boss, you know, the absolute end boss, Demolition Tower. Oh, now watch. White England now, we move on. When you see that, that is so spectacular, you know. You really, that is so a mental part when you see that. Most people would say impossible, you know, that is so steep, you know. Oh, but I tell you, that looks so great. It is not that long here, you know. I know when they have built this, that was around, I would say now, maybe 2008, 2006, 2009, 10, around that, I think more 2009, yeah, 2009, 2010 they have built this, you know. I mean, the end boss, you know, the end boss of all end bosses with the stairs. The highest goal of all what I have for the fitness strength thing, you know. The other part is king of steepness with the bicycle. But these are 172 stairs until to the platform. But from the platform there are another stairs to the street, but this we don't do because there you don't see. The platform is always the end boss. That was our main station when I was ill last year, where we made a few videos with talking, and there it was also difficult only to walk up, you know. And also people who are not trained, they will get out of breath only by walking up this tour, you know. And the main goal is, you know, here this is the end here, and these are the only stone stairs, and here are those stairs, and they are so much more difficult because you cannot grab them good, and here you have to watch out much more, you know, and that makes it complete other. And the first exercise is, you know, to crawl all down. And I tell you, when you enter in at the beginning, that is, but it is the most special thing of all stairs what we have when you enter in there, because then you know now the chance that you failure is very high, you know. And that is, all other stairs, they are all tough, but this is the end boss, you know, to crawl all down. We have done it to the last etage, I have achieved it, you know, but now I'm out of the game for almost 2 months, and now it will need another 4 months that I come to the same level maybe where I was, you know. That it is, but because this is really tough. If people think that it's easy, no, believe me, I have another thing. I have played and trained with one last year who was in the national team for athletics, you know, and so I know them. That is really, really spectacular, you know. And then to make the push press up, and here is always the thing, you know, people are complaining. That is the thing. They don't like it when you're here, and here is always traffic. So when you move up or down, you have always people who come, and one is always saying something. What you're doing, hey, what, blah, 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 you know. The last time this woman said to me, I extra weighted, you know. You lose your energy and weight for the push press, even if they could go beside, no. And then they said, how it is called in English, I close the stairs here. I extra close the stairs here, man. I thought, what a shit, you know. And then the second exercise, the push press all up and left and right. And the difficult part is here, because the last stairs are the longest, you know. They are so long then, because here it is a little bit shorter between and the last one bar. And there you should watch with what hand you start, you know. That at the last stairs you have the right hand. And the last time, really the last stair, I couldn't do it anymore. Because when you are go to the limit, over the limit, and over the limit to the limit, and there I was, and the last stair, I had no chance with no willpower, nothing. But then, when you have all done of this, then you have to squat all stairs up with no break. And believe me, there in the biceps, it is so out that you cannot hold it anymore. At the toughest stairs, one time I could not move my hand up, that was here one time I was lying on the floor, the abs are so burning, then I could not, for a few seconds, could not go up anymore. You lay in the floor, you have no chance. Maybe people know that from push-ups. When you do so many, you fall to your face, you cannot push up again. And here the same war, you know. And before you have to shadow box on the platform on, you know, that the heartbeat is really completely up and that the energy is out of your shoulders, and then you start all of this. And after that you have to make the Australian pull-ups, you know, 30 Australian pull-ups in one raw, one set. After this, you know, there we have to drive a little bit more to other thing, because here is nothing, and then the push-ups. But I really, when you enter in by crawling at the first or second etage, because you don't know where you are, that is the other thing. But you really, at the second etage, always you think, but already you are finished. That is such a mental part, but that is always what will come. You cannot avoid this. You have to go on and say, stay calm, go on and on and on, and then you know you come more and more and more, and that it becomes always better, you know. But really, and then at the end, that is a fight, you know. Really, when you think, these are only 3 meters anymore, not more, I guarantee you, there is one point you cannot do anything. You will fall down, you know. And here, when you come and enter in, you should be prepared, absolutely top. And the bicycling, what I do, you know, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, the steepest parts, only steep. This heartbeat, that helps you here completely, because you need absolutely strong legs, you know. Because when the legs are not strong and don't have the endurance, you achieve nothing here. And so you also need the bicycling training. And what it is, you know, when you watch that, that is so brutal, you know. That is absolutely the end boss, you know. Demolition Tower, the end boss. And you see there is a lot of strategy. It's not a stupid thing, hey, that looks cool, clickbait and blah blah blah. No, that is serious training. I told once I cannot lift heavy weights because of this and that, but I found a way to push myself. And then the other thing is, I enjoy that, to come to such places, you know, like here, because it is cool to me. And you know, to be outside, because I trained all my life indoor, and once I have made a decision, because I always trained very hard with the weights for my body, for my experience, you know, there was no YouTube back then, and then I always, it was hurting, you know, the back was hurting of lifting and this and that, not bad, but always something hurted, and I thought, why should I do that? For what? Where is it? Here or here? Watch now. Where does it? Oh, here. That looks cool. Yeah, and that is the thing, you know. And then one time I thought, why? I run the whole week. That was 20 years ago, over 20 years. I run the whole day with pain, you know. What brings that? Nothing. You know, you are fit, but you always have somewhere pain. And then I thought to find a way to push, to go to the limit, and no pain. And when I make all of this, I never have pain, you know. I'm 40 years, I never have pain, nothing, you know. That was only with the knee, with the bicycling, when I made with click pedals, where I drove to another country to cross the border, you know, with the click pedals, with exactly that shoes, you know, with basketball shoes. And when you drive always this in the knee, is not good, you know. But Demolition, now we don't see it. That is the thing, you know. Demolition Tower, the end boss. One time, you know, and now to train so long more again that we come to the same level. But that it is, you know, you cannot change it. We have to do it, you know. So, that was nice.